Thank you. You may be seated. Couldn't have timed that music more perfectly. Welcome to our graduation ceremony for the graduating class from eAchieve Academy 2015. I'm Rick Medicine, principal of eAchieve Academy, and I would like to welcome you all here. A warm welcome also goes out to those who are watching online, as we are streaming this live for those who weren't able to make it. Before we begin, though, graduates, would you join me in thanking a few key people who have helped you arrive at this moment? Seated on the stand is one of our school board members, Mr. Kurt O'Brien. Thank you, School District of Waukesha School Board, for your continued support for our great school, where students can receive a high-quality education in a non-traditional way. Thank you. We also need to thank the office staff, Mrs. Bev Waltz, Ms. Jan West, Ms. Samantha Castillo, Ms. Kate Haggerty, Mr. Ron Rivard, and Mrs. Lindsay Loicano, who do an enormous amount of work behind the scenes to keep the school afloat. And Mr. Chris Schulteis, who's behind the soundboard back there, who manages all the logistics and the marketing efforts of the school. Thank you. Please also join me in thanking your school counselors, especially Ms. Chris Fay, seated on the stand, who has helped shepherd you to this point. Also present today are many of your teachers who have worked very long hours on your behalf. Even though this is their job, they're passionate about it, and they put their whole heart and soul into it. Please join me in thanking them for their efforts. And finally, graduates, let's show your appreciation for your biggest champions, who pushed, pulled, reasoned with, prayed for, motivated, and supported you in getting to this point, your parents and family. Thank you, parents and family, for your support. Would you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance as we begin today's ceremony? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Before we move on, we have a little tradition that we would like to continue today. If we could have the house lights off just a little bit, please. We'd like to recognize those who have been here at eAchieve for certain amounts of years. And we'll start with those for whom this is their first year at eAchieve. If this was your first year, graduates, would you stand up? Let's see how many we have. Nice. If this was your second year at eAchieve, would you stand? How about the third years? And do we have any fourth years? Started here as freshmen. 7th grader the first year we opened our middle school. Do we have anybody who started with us as a 7th grader? All right. All right, now that we've got that out of the way, let's move on with our program. Speaking for the graduates this year is Margaret Papman. So we would invite her to come up. After she is done speaking, we will have a musical performance from Lauren Good. And then, after that musical performance, Mrs. Joni Mina will be speaking for the faculty.
Helen Keller once said, "Life is a succession of lessons which must be lived to be understood." Well, I, for one, have been living some powerful lessons. Several years ago, I remember attending a friend's graduation ceremony and listening to several speeches and thinking, wow, it would be really cool if I could do that someday. Well, I guess someday has become today, because surprisingly, I find myself up here in front of all of you. It's not easy writing a speech, and maybe even a little harder giving it. But here I am, living by learning. This last year of high school has seemed to fly by. For me, I remember last year like it was yesterday. The end comes before you know it, and ready or not, the future is now. The world lies before us, and they say we're ready to take on whatever it has to throw at us. For me, and probably for all of you, that is in large in part due to our eAchieve experience. What a unique and challenging way to learn, and what fabulous teachers we've met to help us along our way. I can only say that I've been helped, taught, and learned so much from the dedicated teachers I've never met face to face. They've been so quickly and readily available, all I ever needed to do was ask. Whoever would have thought it possible? And through our eAchieve experience, we have learned about responsibility and self-reliance in a way that regular school never could have taught us. I've also benefited, as I'm certain you have, from a dedicated counselor and a tireless principal and staff who have been working to make our programs, environment, and technology the best they can. How fortunate have we been? But now, as the school year is over, high school is done, and what's next? Reality sets in a bit. No doubt the next year and those after will be very different for each and every one of us. Our chosen paths are likely to be as unique as we are. So be ready to take advantage of all those life lessons that are about to come our way. Don't miss out on something amazing just because you're unsure. The only choice we can't fix is when we choose to do nothing. Life can and will only be as full as we allow it to, and we have to step into it. I don't know about you, but if it were a glass, I plan on letting it overflow. No reason to talk about that half-empty stuff. I would challenge you, even as I challenge myself, to take each thing as it comes, and know that some opportunities are likely to be only once in a lifetime. Embrace them, no matter what your path might be. We are and will continue to be equipped as we face the next stage, as it sits there waiting. If you're not ready, no matter, we can learn and grow into it. The end of the school year seems to get busier and busier. Each year, it seems as though the semester ends, there is more and more that needs to get done. For me, this spring, I would cross one thing off my list, and the next minute, I'd be adding 2 more. Things would all get thrown into the mix in no particular order. It would all get done eventually, sandwiched between schoolwork, AP tests, college applications and acceptances, learning what everyone's plans were for their next stop. For me, I guess that's where this speech came in. I had some thoughts, and have never been without something to say. But still, I found myself rushed to write it. What a great kind of problem to have. So here, as we finish our shared journey, there will be many opportunities for us. So embrace them. Have a to-do list that's miles long. Add more. We all have gotten to where we are, juggling schedules that seem too busy to bear. Life will only be as full as we allow it to be. The challenges manageable as we navigate them wisely and confidently. We can always choose times to slow and to chill, but those times likely are not now, not for the present. Enjoy the moment, celebrate, and know what you've accomplished is no small thing. Make sure to hug your parents, family, and friends, because they have been your traveling companions for your journey this far, and likely for the many lessons that are yet to come. Go now, as they say, and live life fully. Embrace new things and continue to learn.
of 2015. Graduation day, June 14th, has arrived. You are here today. Way to go. Graduation from high school is more than a simple celebration to end state-mandated learning. It is more than demonstrating mastery of learning targets or competency in various domains. More than a cumulative grade point average recorded and printed on your high school transcript. More than the traditional 13 years of compulsory school or 2,340 days as measured by the Wisconsin Department of Education. Gestalt psychology teaches us that the whole is more than the sum of its parts. Breaking your high school experience into the tasks, days, courses, or years does not add up to this monumentous occasion. This is truly a rite of passage, a cultural rite of passage. The educational lingo states that you are college and career ready. I would add life ready. This passage opens doors for your future. Yes, doors into further education and career pathways. It also starts you on an adulthood journey in being a student of life. Yep, I said that. Student of life. Realistically, I know some of you are throwing up in your mouth about the thought of being a student after today. Others are certain I am full of you-know-what. And still others, neural networks, are having a silent fiesta celebrating continuous learning. My plea to you is to keep an open mind for the next 5 minutes or so as I inspire to share some of my student of life cliff notes during your last lecture as a student of eAchieve Academy. Point number 1, follow your dreams. A little more than a week ago, I stood with my husband in a stuffy, hot, brightly colored kindergarten classroom, watching my 6-year-old daughter beam with pride about her graduation from kindergarten. I wondered if all the pomp and circumstance associated with preschool graduations, kindergarten graduations, and even 8th grade graduations diluted the importance of high school graduation. In the end, I realized that it was all based on perspective and quickly dismissed the reflection. I did attend to the fact that throughout all graduation ceremonies I've attended, there have been an underlying yet overused message involving the follow your dreams theme. This message is sometimes given and received in a flippant way, yet the message feeds into paths of success. Just this school year, if you had me as a teacher, you will remember a mini lesson I gave about metacognition, in which I detailed the difference between dreams and goals. Dreams are just goals without a deadline. Let me say that again. Dreams are just goals without a deadline. You must take the time to set personal goals. Goals provide a roadmap with a timed component to achieve your dreams. Truly, the places each of you will go resemble dreams as they are beyond our imagination today. Yet use your imagination and dream. Then set goals and go with speed to achieve your goals. Life lesson number 2, be grateful. 4 years ago, I was visiting with my family in northern Wisconsin when my son asked his cousin for an afternoon snack. I was insistent in my son's manners by reminding him to thank my lovely hunk of a teenage nephew. My nephew did not hesitate nor mince words in expressing his views of gratitude being a waste of time on a 4-year-old and essentially pointless. Being me, I calmly thanked him for his thoughts, explained the free will of life, and wrapped up the sentiments that an ungrateful generation is cancerous to community strength. Perhaps too strong and/or deep of a response for my teenage nephew that day, but a simple, sincere thank you cannot be devalued. Taking a moment to give thanks can change perspectives and motivation, even making someone's day. For the giver, they elude a respectful mindset, which they are then blessed with in return. Most important is that it feeds into a supportive and nurturous community that can ultimately change lives. Be grateful. It is not overly difficult, but it is incredibly impactful. Topic number 3, people matter. As a psychology teacher, or geek, an endorsed school counselor and an individual, a mantra that pours from me is simple yet complex, in that people matter. We all have feelings. We all put on our pants one leg at a time. We are equals. We all deserve life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I guarantee that you will cross paths with people from different cultures who may hold and represent strong opposing views than yours. I challenge you to take the time to value their existence and learn something new, as this is what breaks down hatred, the root of suffering in life. Respecting them as a human first and foremost, because we are more alike than different when you consider the genome of organisms. The late Maya Angelou emphasized this sentiment with the following words about the lasting impact of your presence. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. People matter. Point 4, serve others. Over 10 years ago, the founders of our school made a conscious and value-laden decision to include service learning as a graduation requirement. Through your tenure with our school, you found ways to serve your family and community by using your strengths and sometimes stepping outside of your comfort zone. I am confident that if you take a moment to reflect on the hours you logged, you will see the positives in these experiences. Please do not stop serving your community because your graduation requirement hours are complete. Serving others, formally and informally, is one of the most rewarding life experiences. Sometimes the rewards may not be visible, but I guarantee that you will be paid back tenfold for your volunteerism. Last life lesson, number 5. Your attitude, choose wisely. William James, a renowned turn of the 20th century psychologist, shared that the greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of the mind. What does that mean? For all, it provides hope for better tomorrows, in which you are able to choose how you see life. That is a wrap of your last lecture. My hope for you is to be a lifelong learner, a chaser of dreams, gracious for the little things, an active volunteer, one who stands up for the value of others, and to see the positive in life. Enjoy today, class of 2015, and thank you from the bottom of my heart for asking me to be a part of your graduation ceremony.
We've come to the portion of our program where we would like to honor some of our graduates for their academic achievements. Some of our graduates seated here today are graduating with silver honors. They have silver cords around their neck. These are students who graduated with a GPA of 3.0 to 3.49. If you're a silver honor graduate, would you stand so we can honor you, please? Some of our other graduates have gold cords that they're wearing today. This means that they're graduating with a GPA of 3.5 or higher. If you're a gold honor graduate, would you stand now so we can honor you? Thank you. Earlier this morning, we inducted a few new members of the National Honor Society. There were also members of this graduating class who were inducted as juniors last year, and they have a special tassel that they're wearing. If you are a National Honor Society member, would you stand, please? We can honor you. I'd now like to announce our salutatorian. I need to make sure I get the right medal. Our salutatorian for the class of 2015 is Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan, would you come up? I should have said, in case anybody was not aware, salutatorian is the student graduating with the second highest GPA. The highest GPA is our valedictorian, and I'm pleased to announce that our valedictorian is Hannah Clintworth. Hannah, would you come on up? Nicely done, graduates. That was a lot of you who earned some nice honors. Well, very well done. Next on our program, we're pleased to have a second musical performance. I'm pleased to announce that Conrad Meidenbauer will be performing Merry-Go-Round of Life. series of studies were published in November of 2013, which revealed that half of the public universities have 5 or more fully online programs, and 90% of private colleges offer online courses as part of their program. These studies also found that the biggest barrier to student success was lack of discipline. As graduates of eAchieve Academy, you are better prepared than most to succeed in this quickly changing post-secondary world. During your time at eAchieve, you not only learned many things about math, science, English, social studies, and other disciplines, but you've also learned other valuable skills, such as self-discipline, that will serve you well in college, work, and life. So what could I share with you today as a meaningful send-off? My wife has a small business making custom signs for people. Customers send her quotes and phrases that they would like to see put on signs. Some of these quotes are funny or witty, such as, "Families are like fudge, mostly sweet with a few nuts." Or, keeping with the chocolate theme, "Chocolate doesn't ask silly questions, chocolate understands." Other quotes are motivational, like, "Work until your idols become your rivals." Some are sappy. Here's one that's particularly sappy. "Love stories are beautiful. I like ours the most." But others are rather profound. Profound instructions to a successful life. I'd like to share 3 of those with you today. First, don't be a human being, be a human doing. It is not enough simply to be. We must be doing. To be is to simply exist. Nothing is accomplished by simply existing. If you've got a dream, strive for it. If you've got a passion, follow it. Set goals and work to achieve them. Various people have been attributed with saying the following: pray as though everything depends on God, and work as though everything depends on you. No matter who said it, it's still good advice. There's no substitute for work. Don't let your future be a thing of chance. Don't be a human being, be a human doing. Second, average is the enemy of excellence. This is really about one's state of mind. If you are content with average, you will never rise to being excellent. Think of someone you really admire. Pick anyone, in any field: an athlete, an inventor, a world leader, a musician, an artist, maybe even a relative. Why do you admire that person? Chances are they excel at something that makes them great in your eyes. They're more than just average. How did they become great? Even those who have natural abilities or natural talent applied themselves to be more than average. They desired to be excellent, and they understood that average is the enemy of excellence. Number 3, decisions determine destiny. To me, one of the most interesting aspects of this nugget of truth is that seemingly inconsequential decisions end up having a profound impact over time. Consider the ill-fated Air New Zealand Flight 901 on November 29th of 1979. Flight 901 was supposed to be a sightseeing trip to Antarctica. Instead, 257 people on board were killed when it slammed into the side of Mount Erebus off the coast of Antarctica. What caused this tragedy? Well, there were multiple reasons, but the most significant was an incorrect longitude coordinate of only about 2 degrees that resulted in the plane eventually being too far east by about 30 miles. While the factual error in the coordinate is noteworthy, the symbolism of how far off course one can get with just a slight change in direction is the more impressive illustration. Small decisions in the moment can have lasting and profound impact down the road. On a positive note, consider the decision of Alan Turing, to put his skills and genius to work by accepting a part-time position at the Government Code and Cipher School during World War II in Bletchley Park, England. This decision eventually led him to breaking the Nazi Enigma code, giving the Allies a significant advantage which eventually helped them win World War II. You'll be making many decisions in the next decade. Some decisions will obviously be life-changing, big decisions. Many others may seem inconsequential at the time. Be thoughtful, be smart. Remember, decisions determine destiny. I now turn the time over to your high school counselor, Ms. Chris Fay, for the moment you, and especially your parents, have been waiting for, the presentation of the graduates. Ms. Fay will be followed by Mr. Kurt O'Brien, School District of Waukesha School Board Member and Treasurer, for the final and crowning event of our ceremony today. Ms. Fay.
Good afternoon, everyone. Nicholas Frederick Balistreri. Delaney Corinne Barbeau. Haley Marie Buchholz. CJ Joseph Kahela. Taylor Lynn Campos. Megan Lynn Clark. Michaela Ray Clark. Marty Jacob Chaplinsky. Courtney Marie Conway. Brittany Ann Cormican. Yves Hesmundo Cupino. Clara Elizabeth DeGallier. Erin Lynn Deschamps. Stephen Christopher Drina. Jessica Helmy Elmblad. Monica Rebecca Fox. Olivia Grace Free. Shauna Hazel May Gallagher. Leah Mary Golke. Lauren Lee Good. Natalie Laree Jenka. Ashley Nicole Johnston. Michaela Morgan Kessler. Emily Frances Kirch. Hannah Jordan Clintworth. Kendallin Noel Kortendick. Michael Cataro Kreuzer. Kayla Jean Larson. Catherine Rose Law Godich. Alexis Danielle Lee. Tyler John Lowe. Garrett Peter Lyons. John Conrad Meidenbauer. Danelle Jacqueline Meyer. Trenton Matthew Myers. Michael Jacob Nareski. Kay Anna Renee Neville. Amanda Catherine Novak. Jamie Ochoa. Margaret Lynn Papka. Aaron Michael Parkin. Alex Roy Petroli. I was kind of sad there was no air horn. I've been waiting for it. Jenna Marie Reichert. Natalia Joy Rudisil. Talis S. Shelbourne. Griffin William Sloniker. Nicole Ray Sir. Samuel J.C. Sonning. Adam Joseph Sternick. Emily Catherine Stickles. Tennell. Jonathan Austin Taylor. Lawrence Tversky. Luke David Ulatowski. Troy Jacob Valancourt. Hannah Ruth Watkins. Stephanie R. Wanta. Abigail Elaine Witzik. Indica Lake and Margaret Jendeski. So clearly there are not 123 graduates here, so I would now like to recognize, because we are streaming this, all of our students who are watching from somewhere from Superior to Monroe to wherever else in Wisconsin. I might add, we have a student who is already in London, England, who is studying at the Shakespeare Academy and has already left. And we have a student who is home getting ready for coming back for training for the Olympics from Wellesley, Massachusetts. So we are really all over. And here we go. Kaylin Shanice Abel, Delta Dawn Alger, Eliezer David Armstrong, Rachel Ann Atwood, Tyler Maury Bach, Noah Benedict Barclay, Leah Noel Benkowski, Brandon Storm Brager, Caitlin Marie Castle, Kristen Marie Chambers, Kate Elizabeth Cernkovic, Emily Jean Crow, Paige Alyssa Sherwinski, Daniel John Dashlet, Jacob Matthew Deisinger, Joseph Wallace Desjardins, Abigail Nicole Dinger, Asher Z. Everetts, Elizabeth Idle Ferg, Rachel Ann Formella, Bianca Rhiannon Jane Fortin, Indy Joe Fritz, Avi Solomon Gelfman, Michaela Granada, Alana J. Gregory, Hannah Elizabeth Hagstrom, Kaylee Marie Hyder, Caitlin Marie Hernandez, Jennifer Rose Jorge, Rachel Nicole Jarek, Melissa A. Jesko, Rebecca Wendy Cobley, Trevor Glenn Corhorn, Tamar R. Lackritz, Jack R. Lang, Miranda Lee Laurent, Conlon Timothy Ludwig, Cheryl Stephanie Major, Kendra Cecilia Martin, Emily Rose Milner, Madeline Jean Nelson, Manya Goldie Pachewski, Samara May Pachewski, Emily Page Palomaki, James Todd Hutz the Jr., Madison Elaine Ramlow, Nicholas Andrew Rausch, Ariella Malka Reifman, Elizabeth Witt Richards, Randall O. Rickett, Andrew Paul Said, Katrina Marie Santos, Eli J. Sheik, Michaela Marlene Snyder, Marika V. Sabatki, Cody Joshua Sparks, Dakota Randolph Streck, Justin James Vanny, Ashley Marie Ballrath, Hannah Bell Westfall, Molly Michaela Wolf, Ryan W. Yeager, and Nicholas David Ziegenhorn.
eAchieve Academy graduates, administration, faculty, family, and friends. I'm very pleased to be here today. It was 13 years ago that when I first joined the school board, and I said right away when I joined the school board, I wanted to get eAchieve, at that time we hadn't had a name for it, launched within the Waukesha School District. And I've been fortunate to be at several of the graduations, and every graduation, every one of the graduates are special. The parents that bring these children to our district and the children themselves. And we've been blessed also with a strong faculty for this program, and has allowed us to make it the kind of program that we're proud of. When we started this program back 13 years ago, there was one primary goal. We said if we're going to have a high school associated with the school district of Waukesha, it was going to be no less than any of our other schools. In other words, our virtual school had to be the same quality or better than our brick and mortar schools. That meant good curriculum, good staff, great parents, and fantastic students. Year after year, we've been fortunate to meet all those goals. So this is a day of celebration. It's a day of passage to new times and opportunity. If you look at kindergarten all the way through, our graduates have spent the equivalent of 2,300 days in school, where it seldom seems like a long time for you parents, relatives, and friends who went by in a flash. You may be wondering what the class of 2015 intends to do next year. Well, we always take these surveys. 61% of the graduates will continue their education at a university, college, or technical school. 34% will enter the workforce or a job training program, and 2 of our graduates will be serving in the military. You know, some of you may have started with Dr. Seuss. I didn't. Maybe you did. So it's only fitting to quote him today. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. We're just about 60 seconds from making the most important declaration today, and I know the most important thing for school board members is not to make these presentations any longer than necessary. But I will say, year after year, it's just been a joy to be involved with this program. And most special is year after year making the final announcement. And I'm proud and honored to read this declaration. Based on the authority vested in me as a member of the Board of Education, and with the recommendations of your teachers, counselors, and principal, I ask that the members of the graduating class move your tassel to the left, as I now declare the eAchieve Academy class of 2015 has graduated from the School District of Waukesha.